Hi there. The Cheparinov Bloodline is a variation in the b5 sack in the Sveshnikov, in which the Bulgarian Ivan Cheparinov fell victim to Mamadshoev in Bled in 2002. After e4 c5, knight f3, knight c6, we've got the Sicilian, and after d4 takes, knight f6, hitting e4, and knight c3 defending. e5 is the Sveshnikov. After knight b5 and black closes the d6 hole, bishop g5 pins the knight on f6. a6 drives the knight back to a3, and after b5 aiming to continue on with b4, which will fork the knights, white can play knight to d5 immediately, or first trade on f6. After the trade on f6, bishop takes f6, g takes f6, knight d5. Black continues with a natural f5, and this is a position we've looked at many times in previous videos, and we've looked at bishop d3, we've looked at c3, and we're going to continue now with another variation on the sacrificial bishop takes b5. After which black captures and knight takes. Rook a4 is considered the best move for black, and white continues c4, blocking the rook's attack on e4 and simultaneously hitting the rook on a4 with the queen. After rook takes c4, in this particular trap, white here castled. He could have first played knight c7, but after castles, it induces the mistake which Cheparinov in fact played. Bishop b7, a big mistake, because now knight bc7, since after king d7, queen b3 is hitting both the rook and the bishop. And after knight a5, which guards both, queen b5 now is hitting the king and the knight on a5. If bishop c6, we can see a continuation like knight to b6, king takes c7, queen takes e5, and that looks devastating now for black. If black played rook c5, then queen a7, forcing bishop b7 and b4, and the end is coming very soon for black. So instead of bishop to c6 here, Cheparinov played king c8, but he lost soon after with rook a c1 trading on the c file, and after rook then backs off to c5, first of all knight a6 is a fine try by white, because the queen now is immune for capture because the c file is open, that rook on c5 is pinned, and white is threatening knight to b6, which is going to be mate, or black will have to surrender the queen. So Cheparinov now plays bishop c6, and rook takes c5 now pins the bishop. After the recapture of the rook on c5 with d takes on c5, queen b8, forcing the king to d7, knight b6, check. The king backs off to e8, guarding the queen, but now queen takes on e5, check, and after queen to d7, knight c7, king d8, and rook d1. Game over. So this has been the Cheparinov Bloodline trap in the Sveshnikov. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.